For some of you people that might think I'm messed up, this is the reason why you're looking at it. My dad was an artist. He was a cartoonist. He was asked to go be a cartoonist at Disneyland, but he turned that down. And he did a lot of graffiti. Some towns actually paid him to do graffiti on bridges and stuff. He was just very artistic and very strange-minded because he was not only a cartoonist, he had a very vivid imagination. Started out as pipe fitter's nightmare, and it was just going to be a whole huge drawing of intertwined pipes, which you do see some of that. Zoom in on a little bit of it. So that's where he started, down at the bottom. And if you think that's easy to do, to intertwine pipes like that without making mistakes, you are definitely wrong. It takes a very vivid imagination. But it was taking him a while, so he started putting cartoon pictures of people in there, and tools and toys and toilets and just all kinds of strange stuff. So I'll zoom in on a little bit of these things. Zoom in. Let's start here at the bottom. That's supposed to be Joseph Stalin, that guy right there in the middle. Those are just intertwined pipes. More pipes. There's a toilet with pipes coming out of it and pipes going into the back. There's some dude with a square cut out of his head. There's Groucho Marx with a wrench next to him. Come back down here, there's a vise. He just started throwing strange things into this picture, and he's done tons of these types of pictures. There's a guy with a drill. That's an old drill, obviously. I take that back. That's a spray gun for painting. He was a painter for a while. There's a phone. For some odd reason, he did a lot of cutouts, squares and circles and things, like so you could see inside. There's Genghis Khan. There's a trouble light. There's an old man and an old woman. Again, got a cutout in their hair. The lady's got a cutout in her head with looks like Tinker Toys in it. It's a shark with a cutout. There's a caveman, snake, Pinocchio, a dove, guy sitting in a lounge chair reading a paper, but it's got a square cut out of it. Some lady's feet with high heel shoes on. There's a man's foot next to it with his toenails sticking out. There's a picture of 3 guys, strange people, and a blonde with red lipstick and an Indian on the side. There's a guy, a peeping Tom, looking over the top of a wall. He's nosy, so he put his nose over the top of the wall. There's like a Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe kissing. That's a toy he invented right there, that little thing where it's got a little whirly bird thing that goes up in the air. There's Santa Claus. Somebody else looking out behind Santa Claus. There's 3 more figures. I think that lady in the back was supposed to be Betty Davis. He called this pipe fitter's nightmare at first. There's a ghost. There's a fish right there in the center. A couple penguins. Some more pipes going into something. There's a guy working in a big pipe. He's got his wrench down at the bottom underneath, tightening up something, and got a cutout for his arm and his butt, and he's got a hole in his pants. There's an old man. See if I missed anything over here. There's a fan. There's another lady right there with an old man with a big mustache. There's another man and woman. He liked to draw men and women kissing. There's Adolf Hitler. Another guy next to him. I don't know who that is. Another guy next to him. There's a man's boot. Come back up here through the center. Another guy and woman kissing. Bunch of gauges. Hammer. Teapot with a hole in it. Toilet paper. There's that ghost and fish again. There's an old record player from the 20s. It's another gauge right there. It's a toy he built. There's a drill. This one's one of my most interesting ones right here. There's a woman washing in the bathtub. And if you notice, he's got a cutout right there where her crotch would be. Dirty old man, I guess. Groucho Marx again. There's a lock on a lock. Pipe wrench. And dragon. No, I'm missing some stuff here. There's Popeye. There's an African. He used to get National Geographic, so we would draw pictures of people from Africa. That little yellow thing right there in the middle. That's a toy. He actually made me one of those, and we still have it. I'm 71 years old, and now my 5-year-old second cousin nephew has it. And that basically, when you jump up and down on it, it moves forward across the floor. Very unique. He designed lots of toys. He was a designer. He just had an extremely vivid imagination. One of his gigs was he would have my kids, and when I was little, we would basically, he would say, okay, just scribble a bunch of junk on a piece of paper. And we would, and he would make something out of it. He would draw something out of that scribble that you made. He would make a picture out of it that was very appropriate and made sense out of it, just a bunch of scribbled lines. So that's where I get my strangeness, right there. My dad had an extremely vivid imagination. He was very, very funny and very forward. But anyway, I thought you guys might enjoy looking at that. It's kind of different. If interested, the links to many of the podcasts I've been on, or for information about my 2-day whitetail workshops that take place in March and April, please visit my website at deer-john.net. Again, that's deer-john.net. Thank you for watching another episode of Eberhart Outdoors, and to receive notifications for future videos, please subscribe.